And it's a good evening, ladies and gentlemen, out there on Facebook and YouTube, and just sitting around and having a thought about what tomorrow may bring. Now, a number of years ago, my stepmom was in a care home, and I used to go and visit her quite a bit when we were there on holidays, and at the time, she was about 85 years old, and of course, she's living in a brand new care home, nice and clean, and had a nice room. And she said to me one time, she said, "What am I doing now? What's my purpose in life?" And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, I don't do anything." She said, "It's boring. I don't do anything. I just sit around." And so I said to her, "You've been a very productive person. You've raised your children and watched them go to school and made their meals and done all the things that a mother would do while they were growing up, kept them out of harm's way, and you've actually fulfilled your debt to society by doing that." She says, "Yeah, but I feel useless. Well, I got nothing to do." I said, "Well, yes, I can hear what you're saying, and it's a sound that I heard just recently again from another chap who's recently retired, and I think it's one of these things that happens if we've been really busy doing something, you've been working and your time has been occupied, and you're working 8 or 10 or 12 hours a day, whatever you've worked, and all of a sudden you're not working anymore. It could be because you're retired, or it might be the fact that you can't walk. On top of that, you're maybe retired, but you can't do things either. You can't walk and get around very good. So there's two things in life we can do. We can sit and we can complain about where we're at, and be a person that's never happy and moan and groan and be the poor me, or we can try and make the best of it. No, I don't have all the answers, but I enjoy talking about things like this because I think that the door is open. If you're able to walk and get around, if you're still driving, but even if you can walk and get around, the world is open. Your world is your oyster. So you can either go for a walk and take a look at the weather, walk downtown and visit some people. And if you're a little ways from town, you can drive into town and visit some people. And if you have a dog, you can take the dog for a walk and let the dog chase stuff around and enjoy the company of the dog and vice versa. And if you've got some people that are friends nearby, you can go out and visit them if they're close by. And do we have buses today? You can get on the bus and go downtown or call a taxi if you want. But the thing is to have a few friends so that, you can call them up, and even if you got to give them a couple bucks for gasoline, that's no big deal. And I think the worst thing we can do as a senior is sit around and be totally bored. And the other thing that happens is the television and the phone like I'm using right now. I notice couples coming down to the mall and they're sitting drinking coffee, and she's in a phone and he's in a phone. They're not talking to one another. They're texting and talking to somebody else, maybe on the other side of the world, or maybe their neighbor next door, but they're not talking man to wife. So these electronic devices interfere with us, and I've seen that happen where you have family come to see you, young children. They're enthralled with these phones because they can look up anything, they get the answer to anything. You can get an answer, but it's not an experienced answer. In order to get an answer that's proper, you have to talk to somebody who's been there and done that, and who has lived the walk, and they'll give you a better answer. So I think life goes on, and we have to choose what we want to do. Now, as far as a purpose in life, once you've worked your working life, there isn't a heck of a lot you can do other than go out and enjoy yourself and either travel if once you get too old, though, driving becomes a chore, and then it's a matter of, is your eyesight okay, and are you capable of driving safely anymore? But at that particular point, if you still got your health, you can get on a plane. If your wife's still alive, you can actually go and travel to places, go on a cruise, or jump in a car and go for a drive. Take your mate with you if she's still alive. So we have an option of things, but sometimes it's because we were so busy on the job, and the day was pretty well cut out. You had to do this and you had to do that. We were programmed by the fact that you had to do this at a certain time and you had to do that at a certain time, and your day was all programmed for you. And all of a sudden, when you retire, that whole thing is gone. So you're sitting in a vacant spot there. But it's a golden opportunity for us to go to get a hobby. My particular case, I have a hobby. I'll be playing steel guitar, and I'm going around. I'm still trying to learn how to trade it off my old one. I got a different one, and of course, it's taken me a year and a half to get my learning thing back together. And but you have to have a hobby of some kind. Now, whether it's writing a book, you can go and download Blurb off Google. It's a book writing program, and write a book. Or you can get yourself a cell phone like this one, and it's got a video camera in it, and you can tell your life story. Or you can tell a story what it was like to hunt squirrels, or to hunt moose, whatever you want. Use some pictures from the past and fit them in and make yourself a little video. And boredom is a heck of a thing. It's once it takes us over, it can be you can be depressed as well. But in order to be active and keep your mind happy and healthy, I think we have to be talking to other people. It doesn't matter what's a simple chat about how you're doing today and what do you do. Oh, what are you retired now? And get people involved in conversations. And by doing that, we're like a great big wheel, a cog in the wheel. So we go down to the restaurant and we have a cup of coffee, and what we do is we go in there and we leave our money there, and the restaurant employs somebody, and the money that we give to them is used to pay the staff. So our purpose in life then is to go down, visit people, drink coffee, pay for their wages by sending the little money out of the coffee and the cake or whatever we have, and to pay the wages of people. So whether we realize it or not, whether we're driving downtown and buying gasoline, that puts money in the industry, so into the society. So anything we do, the worst thing we can do is just to sit and watch TV, because we don't use our skills, and pretty soon we lose our muscle tone and we can't walk properly. Pretty soon we're falling down and maybe breaking a hip or breaking a leg or a wrist, and we lose our strength. And in our mind, we don't keep our mind active. We have to keep our mind active when we're talking to people, ask them questions, and they're responding to us, and then we're talking back and forth, and it's a great thing. There's so many people out there who are just happy to spend a few minutes talking, and some people, if they want to talk, they can go on sometimes for half an hour. The fact they didn't know them before doesn't mean a thing. Just go and enjoy the company of somebody. You have to introduce yourself and then try and get into a conversation, get to talk about something, and you find out what kind of a job they've done all their lives and how many people they got in their family and where they've been and all that. And it actually puts in some time. It fills in our time and gives us a purpose in life. And what happened to me when I retired, I had an offer of going to work for a couple of companies and for big money, and I was looking at my dad at the time, and he was getting old, and I thought, to hell with that. I'm 57, and I've got about 20 years. I want to do some things. So my wife and I bought a motorhome, and we traveled. We traveled across Canada. We traveled to Alaska, and we traveled all over British Columbia and most of the provinces entirety. And then we went down to the United States. We actually flew down to Nashville. Took another couple from Trail, Billy Thompson and his wife, Alice, and we flew down to Nashville and we went to the Grand Ole Opry, 2 locations. We went to Branson, Missouri. There's 36 theaters there. And we went to the St. Louis Steel Guitar Convention. There were players from all over the world came there. Met some of the players that we heard on my records for years. Shook their hands. It was a wonderful opportunity. And we still have contact with these people today. And we get emails from them and pictures back and forth. And life is good. But I think if we want to be bored, we can. I think the worst thing we can do is sit, become inactive, and watch television. Yes, it does use up the time, but don't forget, we're getting older. We're wasting our time. We should be trying to do something to contribute to society. Watching television is not contributing to society. It's not sharing of any ideas we have. It's not allowing us to learn from other people or learning a new skill from somebody else and find out how other people who are retired are putting in their time. And a lot of the people are traveling. A lot of the people have pets. A lot of people are riding motorcycles or have a boat and they do go fishing, camping, enjoying Mother Nature and the outdoors. So there's lots of things out there, but we have to push ourselves. So I just wanted to throw a little discussion out there, and if there's anybody out there who has anything to say, I'd like to come back and make a bit of a note and say, no, I do this, and I found out I was bored, and I got to do this, and I do that. Now my time is, I'm so busy, I haven't got any time to do anything else. And the busier we are, think what happens, we'll get old, and one day maybe we'll just drop dead or die, and that'll be the end. But in the meantime, keep busy and keep happy, and mix with other people, and enjoy life, and you have to live every moment as if it was the last one. We might be dead tomorrow, we never know. There's no guarantees anymore. So when you meet somebody who wants to chat, sit down and spend a few minutes and make a new friend and have a good time. So if you got any comments about a purpose in life, I'd appreciate it if you'd send a note back, maybe a comment or two. I'm sure you people have a lot more ideas than I have because I haven't been retired as long as you. Some of you people have. So we wish you all the luck in the world and have yourself a great evening and see you later along the road.